General Hospital, spoilers for Wednesday, April 22nd. It feels messy in a way that's kinda intentional. Like the writers are pushing everyone into corners and then just watching what breaks first. And honestly, I'm into it, but also I don't trust it. So yeah, Dante and Lulu, that's where everything kind of explodes, right? I think this is one of those moments where the show stops pretending things can be fixed with a hug and a sad piano track. Dante isn't just a dad here, he's the commissioner. And that dual role, it's ugly. Real ugly. I feel like Lulu walking into that conversation already knows she's cornered. Like, there's no clever excuse left, no distraction, no maybe we'll deal with it later. Nah, this is it. And the big thing, Rocco. If Lulu actually admits that Rocco was the one who shot Cullum, that's not just a confession. That's her choosing truth over instinct. And I don't know if she's built for that. I mean, I could be wrong, but Lulu has always leaned emotional first, logical later, protecting her kid. That's automatic, like, breathing. But Dante, I don't think he bends this time. That's the twist I keep circling back to. Lulu might think, okay, yeah, she probably does think Dante wouldn't send his own son into the system and in a normal world. Maybe she's right. But this isn't normal anymore. Dante's been carrying the badge heavier lately. You can see it in how he talks, how he reacts. Less warmth, more procedure. And if he chooses the law over Rocco, that's not just drama. That's a fracture that doesn't heal easy. Like, ever. I feel like the show is quietly asking something uncomfortable here. What kind of parent are you when your kid does something unforgivable? No clean answer. Just consequences. Then we got Curtis, and man, this storyline is spiraling in a way that feels almost paranoid, but not entirely unrealistic either. Curtis accusing Isaiah? It's not just anger. It's projection, fear, trauma, all mashed together. Because, let's be honest, surviving something like that accident with Jordan, that messes with your head. You start replaying moments, noticing things you didn't before, building connections that may or may not exist. And Curtis seeing Isaiah drive past, not stopping, that's the kind of detail that sticks like a splinter. I think Curtis genuinely believes what he's saying. That Isaiah let them die on purpose. That he wanted Portia. It sounds extreme, yeah, but in Curtis's mind, it probably lines up too neatly to ignore. But here's where it gets tricky. Portia is not naive. She's emotional, sure, but she's not dumb. So when Curtis comes at her with this theory, I don't think she just nods and goes, yeah, okay. No. She's going to question it, push back, maybe even defend Isaiah at first. And that's where the tension lives. Because if she starts doubting Curtis instead, that flips everything. I feel like this could split them in a way that's not loud, not dramatic, just slow erosion. Trust thinning out, conversation getting colder, and Isaiah stuck in the middle, possibly not even getting the chance to explain himself, which, by the way, Curtis might not allow anyway. That's the part that bothers me. Like, bro, at least let the man talk. But no, Curtis seems locked in. And when someone's locked into a narrative like that, facts don't matter much anymore. Now, Jordan. Her situation feels quieter on the surface, but honestly, more dangerous underneath. Someone showing up in her hospital room? Yeah, that's never casual in this show. It always means something's about to shift. And I keep going back and forth on who it is. Isaiah makes sense. Guilt. Regret. Wanting to fix things. Classic move. but also kind of predictable. Sidwell, though, that's chaos. If it's Sidwell, then this isn't about apology. It's about control, psychological pressure, maybe even intimidation. And if Sidwell knows about Jordan's betrayal, that's leverage. Dangerous leverage. I think Jordan being angry isn't just about pain or frustration. It's fear disguised as anger. Because if someone has your secret, your real secret, not the polished version, they own a piece of you. And if Sidwell tampered with her car before, yeah, then we're not talking about mind games anymore. We're talking about someone willing to cross lines without hesitation. Jordan needs to be careful. Like, seriously careful. Because this kind of enemy doesn't stop at one move. Okay, Britt. This is where things start feeling a little reckless. Like the show is flirting with something big, but also kinda risky. Britt going after Cullum again? I mean, wow. I get the motivation. I really do. If she knows about Rocco, if she believes that killing Cullum protects him, then in her mind, it's justified. Twisted, but justified. But this feels like a point of no return. I think Britt is operating in that space where logic shuts down and instinct takes over. Protect the kid, eliminate the threat, deal with consequences later or never. And that's exactly why I'm worried for her. Because characters who make moves like this, they don't usually walk away clean. And sometimes they don't walk away at all. I could be wrong, but this has that final act energy for Britt. Like she's stepping into something she won't come back from. And the Jason flashbacks? Yeah, that's not random. When a character starts reminiscing, especially tied to someone like Jason, it usually means we're being reminded of what they meant, what they lost, what they stood for. It's emotional setup, groundwork for something heavy. Seeing Jason, even if it's just old footage, adds weight. Nostalgia mixed with tension. It's like the show is saying, remember this connection because it matters right now. Jocelyn's investigation? I'm torn on this one. On one hand, chasing after Faison feels like chasing a ghost because he's dead. Or at least that's what we've been told. And I think the show knows that too. So why send Jocelyn down that road? Dead end or misdirection? I feel like it's a narrative trick. She thinks she's looking for one thing, but ends up uncovering something else. Something bigger. And Anna being held somewhere? That's the thread that makes this interesting. Because if Jocelyn stumbles onto clues about Anna's location, then suddenly her useless investigation becomes the key to something major. I like that kind of storytelling where failure leads to discovery. But also, Jocelyn needs to be careful. She tends to dive in head first. No backup, no plan, and that's fine until it's not. This could get dangerous fast. And then Molly and Cody. I don't know, man. This one feels almost too calm compared to everything else, which usually means trouble is coming. Their relationship has been building slowly, kind of awkward but real, and I actually think it works. Like, it's not perfect, but it feels grounded in a show that's mostly chaos. So, of course, someone's gonna mess it up. TJ coming back? That would complicate everything. Because unresolved feelings don't just disappear. They sit there waiting for the right moment to resurface. And if TJ shows up wanting to reconnect, Molly's gonna have to choose. Or worse, she hesitates. And hesitation in relationships, that's where cracks form. I think Cody might be the one who gets hurt here. Like, genuinely. Because he's been opening up letting himself feel something real. And if Molly gets pulled back into her past, yeah, that's going to sting. So, yeah. Overall, this episode feels like a setup for consequences more than resolutions. Every storyline is pushing characters toward a decision they can't undo. Dante choosing law or family. Lulu choosing truth or protection. Curtis choosing belief or paranoia. Britt choosing survival or sacrifice. And none of those choices come clean. I think that's the point, though. In my opinion, the show is leaning into the idea that doing the right thing doesn't always feel right. Sometimes it feels like loss, like betrayal, like breaking something you can't fix. I could be wrong. Maybe some of these threads soften. Maybe someone pulls back at the last second. But it doesn't feel like that kind of week. It feels like the kind where everything shifts a little, and by the time you notice, it's already too late.